welcome back to another episode of Trade Breakdown series. In today's price action video, we are going to break down the trades I took this week, which made me around few hour, like 4 5 something. So I'll be breaking down all the trades and will let you know what was my idea, what was the reasoning behind all those trades and all. Alright, so we'll start off with the daily plan the weekly plan we had, which was shared on our Discord, as you can see over here. So when we started the week, I said that this is about the last week where that we closed it for 7 hour. This week plan is very simple. Post CPI, we should see the expansion on forex, crypto and gold, and trades Monday and Tuesday with cautious or half risk. Trade post CPI as per the plan that time till Friday. So before CPI, I only took one trade because we were having bank holidays, as you can see on the screen, and then we had no news on Tuesday. So that is the time where I thought crypto will do some sort of expansion rather than forex or indices, right? So I switched with Bitcoin. I actually traded the weekly IRL to ERL play. So here we had this weekly fair value gap over here, something I traded for live with our Discord members too, where I was sharing all the plan and entry confirmations and everything. So we had this 4 hour fair value gap over here, weekly fair value gap over here. And once we got the confirmation, which was for me the first confirmation itself was the IFVG that you see over here, but I didn't enter there. I entered at this order block over here, which you can see. So I just entered at this area. All right, and I got the very basic reasoning about the price action, that why the price should go higher is that after a big dump to the lower side, we needed to go a little bit higher, and that is a very basic thing for the price to do. Okay, we have took the certain liquidity, and if I even look at the market bubbles, we got a lot of selling over there. So of course, if the retailers are selling a lot, who is buying it? Of course, the market maker. But that is a different side of the story. The main reason was the price action that you see over here. That is just a conference I used. Alright, so now once we got this, what I did is that I just entered at the order block, okay, and then I just changed with my stop loss at the low, and then 1:2 is something I went for, and then I just waited for the price to do its job, and it did it. Okay, as you can see, we got this, right? So we got the expansion on Monday itself, which you can see over here. Look at the Sunday, we got this chop. Monday open, we started with a pump and we hit our target. That was a very clean basic thing which we made. So that was our first trade. Now if you just go on my Twitter and see, if you just go here, this was a trade basically. Alright, so here it was the IRL to ERL play. We got the SMT with Ethereum as well on the weekly. I can show you, just give me a moment. And this was the live session recording, 43 minutes we did it. I shared once we close above this, we will have the market entry or just limit entry over here, this. But basically that would be an entry, that would be a stop loss, and that was a 1:2.31 hour trade basically. So we did that. If you look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum chart at the same time to just find the spot divergence over here, so just change it to 2 and see on Ethereum. Let me open Ethereum for you. Yeah, so you can just check that here we got the weekly fair value gap where we have the SMT over here, right? So that is your SMT, by the way. So that is what the SMT looks like, and we got the SMT with Bitcoin. That is another reason why I took this trade. Second trade I took was on Bitcoin on the CPI day itself. Okay, so let me go over that too, because that was more of not technical based but more of the observation which I was seeing at that time. Okay, so I will remove this because it was just on CPI day itself. Alright, so let's just remove this, even remove this day actually. Okay, so on 1 hour basically where we had this, yeah, so we got this 1 hour fair value gap, we filled it. That is different case over here. So we got this 1 hour fair value gap. So once we went lower again to this area, okay, so we finally swept this low too. So now if I just look at the fibs over here, I just don't want it to go the price much lower on the CPI day. I want the price to do some sort of pump with the CPI news. Now that is not just because I'm gambling news. I'm looking at the price action and I'm seeing what it is doing. Okay, and if you just look at the daily candle, And if you will jump on my live stream, I said it that this candle will not make fill the fair value gap. The next day candle will. That was something I was expecting that day. Okay, so that was my plan, to be honest. Okay, so initially what we did is that was my target for the day. Okay, and if I switch to the lower time frame on 15 minute, okay, you can also see that we got this M15 fair value gap over here, which was not filled as well. Okay, and if I just add some confidence to the trade over here, I can definitely find few more things which will be interesting to see. So which we got is a OTE level over here. So if what I did is I just put the limit order here. Alright, so and then I put my stop loss at this low somewhere, and then this was my target. Okay, so that was 2.5 risk to reward trade something. Alright, so let's wait for it to get filled. Okay, it actually get filled, and then with the news candle which you can see, we also created this M15 fair value gap over here. Alright, so now just see, it did its job. The M15 fair value gap did its job, and we just ran to our target. So that was our second trade, and here's the execution proof, just in case you think, oh, are you sure a scam or something, you know. So that is the second one I took. The third trade I took was on Ethereum. I don't want to go much deeper into this. We closed it for good hour, I don't know, 3 hours something. That was shared live with our Discord members. So I was just trading the H1 candle over here. I would just give you the overview on this chart as well. So we swept this low, candle open, we went lower. That was having SMT, which you see from this line, that was an SMT. This is the sweep of the low. We got the change in state of delivery over here with creation of fair value gap. So it has a lot of entry models. Now understand this, when you are reading the price or when you're looking for a trade, where the price should go is more important than any entry model. So your bias and where the liquidity is more relevant than your entry model, because every entry model works if your bias is right and if you know when to enter. Okay, so that is not the entry model or some models that make you profitable. It's the experience, it's your understanding of price, how you read it is something that makes you profitable. So if you think there is a you can say a certain model that will make you profitable, that is never going to happen. Okay, there is no certain models, just make you trade easier. They are not here to make you profitable. Okay, so understand this, and let's try to understand here as well. So we got a lot of entry model itself here. We got the fair value gap, displacement, we got the order block, we got this breaker block, we got the unicorn model and whatnot, right? So we got the every model, every possible entry model that exists over here. So we got this rest, it did its job. Okay, we closed the stream, and then that was a good trade, no lie. The next trade which we took was on euro actually. Okay, so euro, let me break it down for you. All right, so you all know the fact that once we need to trade euro, we start off with what? We start off with DXY. Okay, so on DXY, what I was expecting is we actually took the weekly ERL. So I was playing IRL to ERL since then, and then once we took this ERL, I was expecting the price to take the IRL over here, which is the daily fair value gap, and NWOG as well. That is really interesting target to have. Okay, now on the Euro USD, okay, which you can see over here, I was also expecting this low to be taken, but we got the SMT at this moment. Okay, so that is completely fine. So on 1 hour, what I can see is at the high, we got this SMT, okay, with GBP. Okay, so we got the SMT at the high, we got the structure shift, you can say, or changing state of delivery with this. Okay, or you can even say that, okay, we have this breaker gap shit here. Okay, but I would remove this. I would just say this is a fair value gap, okay, over here, which we just filled, but I took a trade here. Okay, so on this, once we filled this fair value gap, I switched on M15. Okay, and then we had this SMT as well. This is also SMT, you can check it. I can't remember, was it with DXY or yeah, I think it was with DXY, okay, or maybe GBP, so you can just cross check it, but that was an SMT. Okay, so that was a bearish SMT we got. We also got the change in state of delivery over here. Okay, still I waited, I just didn't enter it blindly. Okay, now once we got this actually let me just get back to the candle. Yeah, so once we have this candle over here, that is where I entered. We got this M15 displacement with the order block lying at the same level, and my bias was pretty much simple. We should go to the daily fair value gap. So I entered a short trade over here. Okay, and then I put my limit order over here, or just you can say market, and then I had the 1:2 2.5 risk to reward trade. Okay, I could have targeted the daily fair value gap, but I was happy, and that is something I do. I risked and made 0.2.5 or something. Okay, and that is the trade which happened. Okay, so now that is the win-win. Okay, now here is the execution proof as well, which you can see on the screen. Okay, now going next, we got this goal to our trade, which was just on Friday, I guess. Yep, so it was on Friday. As I said, I will be trading forex on Thursday and Friday. So this trade was something I took on, I don't know, maybe Friday, yeah, only. And the second trade here is on Friday too. Okay, so as I said, as I plan my trade or plan my week beforehand, that I would be trading much later the post CPI, and I took 2 trades, both were win. So that is somehow you plan the trade and plan the week, and then you act accordingly, right? So that is something which is professional. Okay, now on today's price action, this is very simple. Okay, we got this H4 IRL to ERL play again. Okay, so where we have this H1 H4 fair value gap, we got this IRL over here, which you can just see. Now on H1, okay, let's just remove this. Okay, so now on M50, I like this candle. Okay, so I like that candle, which you can see over here. We swept this previous candle low, which was at 3 a.m. Which is a nice time to reverse actually. And then we got the H1 displacement, but it was a H4 level, so I waited for the M15 change in state of delivery. Change in displacement, and then we got the fair value gap right down here. So now that was my limited entry. Okay, I got filled. I am not sure why it's not filling something here, I don't know, but yeah, I got filled over here, or you will just eventually see the price filling. And then I've changed my stop loss to here, and that was my target. Okay, that was a clean 1:2 risk to reward trade, nothing less, nothing much more. Okay, and then you can just see we got the fill. Okay, and here I could have, you know, closed the trade because of the reaction, but I see that we are sweeping this low very nicely, which is kind of an internal low. So that is something which kept me in this trade. I really like the reaction over here with this candle. Okay, and I understood that here we are not having any certain sessions for the price to expand. So I just waited, and then I just took this trade. Okay, and then you can see what it did. Okay, so it just ran to our all the highs, and then we just closed the trade. As you can see over here, that is your execution proof as well. So you can see I entered at the M15 fair value gap. Okay, and then I close it over here. So that is how it looks like. So these all are trades which I took this week, which you can say. And I took a small trade on Bitcoin. I closed like for 1.5 or something, still running a small position in a long trade. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin or Ethereum. I just wanted to say you can look for longs next week if you are interested, but don't just blindly take my words, follow the plan. Okay, so if you add it up, it's 2 to 4, and then it's 4 5 6 7 8 9. So let's say it's almost a 10-hour week for me. That is completely good, with the fact that I only traded 2 days, basically 2 or 3 days. So yeah, that is completely great. Okay, and I hope you learned something from this video. Okay, and I would be breaking down another week if we got some opportunities, or if I take some setups. Okay, I came back on the YouTube after a long time, so if you're still watching this video, make sure the algorithm works for me, and make sure you like this and comment, give me your attendance in comments. And yeah, one more thing I would say is just that I'm coming with a good risk management video especially for prop firms. So I would like you all to jump on it once it got launched or released. Okay, so yeah, make sure you watch that too, because that would be really beneficial, because as a trader you really need to be a good analyst and a risk manager. So everyone knows how to analyze the price, but no one actually is a good risk manager. So I just wanted to watch that video. It's basic, but still it's relevant and very important. So make sure you jump on that. So yeah, that's it for today's guys. I'll see you in the next one. If you're still watching, thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. Have a good day.